Hi, this is Ed from Exotic Blanks welcoming you to a new Sunday night at the movies. This time we're doing something a little different. My friend Dave Drickhammer had done the Stars and Stripes laser inlay kit and taken several pictures of what he did. And so he has given me the pictures and the authority and or permission to use them. And so we're going to go through how to make the Stars and Stripes laser inlay kit, one step at a time. So let's get started. Obviously, we start out with the kit, and as you can see, you have the blue background and lots of star holes and lots of little stars and the tube. So first thing you want to do is start putting stars into the little holes, and we do that with the tube in the blank, generally speaking. And as you can see, Dave puts in one or two stars and then shows us how it looks. And basically, he continues that until he has all of the stars in place. And just for our information and edification, he has shown how you can take out a star if you need to. If one goes in crooked or gets somewhat damaged, you can take a very small drill bit and drill out that star with just your hand. You don't have to have a motor drill if you don't want to, but that's the way that you can get one out. Of course, if you take the tube out, the brass tube out, it will be easier. Then once you've got all the stars in place and they're leveled out, you can do that by rolling the blank on the countertop or whatever you're working on so that all the stars are essentially even with the outside, the blue part. And then once that's done, you can add CA glue from the inside of the tube first, and that will allow all the stars to get to a position where they are locked in place. And then after you're done with that and you let it sit overnight, then you move on to the next steps. So once the stars are secured from the inside and it's had time to set, then the thing to do is to secure them from the outside as well. Again, you take thin CA and put it all over the outside of the blank. And as you can see, then the next step after that is just to put the tube, the brass tube, into it, and then size it to length. Usually, the best way to do that is on a belt sander or some other way where you're going to get it to length without doing any real damage to the blank. So now half the pen is completed, and the half that's left is the easy half. This is the stripes. Putting the stripes into the red field is relatively simple. You just have to take each one of the stripes and put it in position. And again, they suggest that you wet these when you're trying to do this. That isn't a bad piece of advice. And he also suggests that you use white glue if you're having any trouble. Thin the white glue if you're going to do that. Then if you have problems with them not fitting, you can see that Dave will use a little sandpaper and make it conform to the groove that he's trying to get the stripe into. Again, this is usually done, when I do it, with the tube in place, the brass tube in place, just so that it backs it up and you don't push the stripe all the way through. Then you want to put the tube in place, as in glue the tube in place, and when you do that, you are pretty much committed. That's where it's going to stay. Again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to CA it from the inside and outside, and when you're finished, this is what it's going to look like. You have a set, upper and lower stripes and the stars. And that's all there is to it. Then it's just a matter of turning it. Going to end this with two short suggestions. First of all, before you start, you may want to add blue to the blue and red to the red using wood dye or a Sharpie or something, just to intensify the color before you start turning it. And secondly, you may want to build up an outside layer of CA over the stars and the stripes so that if you are turning, when you're turning, you are actually taking off the glue, and therefore you don't catch the corners of anything and pull out a stripe or pull out a star from catching the corner of the wood. If it's completely soaked in CA glue, it is reinforced everywhere, and it gives you less chance of screwing it up. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. This is Ed from Exotic Blanks. Bye now.